sneak intro to contracts, but we're actually not going to be worrying so much about contracts as much as we are creating the chart. But verbal, I'm just going to write what I remember off the top of my head, and then of course I'll have to verbal contract. Let's do lunch versus, for example, let's do lunch is not a contract. Even if you say let's do lunch and the person agrees, it's not a contract because there's no exchange of financial instruments. Let's do lunch. No, not a contract. Not. See, the chart will be something like that when the chart I do today. This will be today's class, even though it's lesson 10. But contract. No. So, for example, if someone says, let's do lunch, and you say, okay, let's do lunch. Wait a minute. Let's do lunch. And you say, okay, that is not a contract because no financial instrument was exchanged. Now I remember why. Otherwise, everyone would be suing everyone. Oh, he said he was going to take me to lunch, Your Honor. Oh, I would have so many lawsuits with all the promises these horrible men make. Well, they don't make too many, actually. Okay, let's do lunch. Even if the person says yes, I want that to be here too. I hate the little mouse pad, and I don't like the touch screen either. Let's do lunch. Okay, I'm doing the class, my darling. Just he knows so you can catch him off guard. Let's do lunch. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out later. Contract, no. A receipt. A store receipt is a contract. Receipt. Now, let me just go here. I mean, obviously I've got to sign it up. I've got to line it up better. But actually, this will be today's class. Unfortunately, and I'll apologize because I didn't upload yesterday's either yet. So I think I said tomorrow we're going to do the receipt. Yes. This would be up here like example. Here, a receipt. This would be the example. Written contract. Then obviously, as the contracts get, because a receipt is a very minor, easy, simple contract basically. But it's gotta have the parties, which in this case would be you and the store. So there's the two parties of the contract. But you see what I'm saying. Then, of course, the exchange was the item for the money. So that was the monetary exchange. I'll have to get a receipt and see. But there are certain requirements for a contract. But I think it's those three. Pick the cell you want the chart to begin in. You highlight whatever you'd like. It doesn't have to be perfect because, as you know, you can add and subtract. It's all safe. So I'll just start with something like that. And I was thinking of doing what I might be doing in an office. Maybe my boss has several letters, or engagement letters or contract letters. So he may need clauses in separate parts of the Excel sheets to remember which customer he agreed to what with, to who, So rather than the intro, that was something else I was going to do. We're going to talk about different types of contracts, but I think I'll stick to what we actually would be using it for in the office if it were contracts. So, but for example, there are different types of contracts. This class is about Excel, but just so you have an idea about basic contracts, it doesn't hurt. An example of a verbal is it a verbal contract or not is the question. Let's do lunch. Okay. No, that's not. A verbal contract where you've agreed to exchange money ordinarily would be, or a car for a boat, or something where you've actually agreed to it. But anyway, we won't do that today after all. I was going to do that, but I think I'll just stick to how we would use the chart for contracts in the office. So So you do a letter to the client. You say, okay, we've agreed to take on your case. We will be charging you this. The terms of the contract are this and this, and then usually there's a follow-up larger sheet explaining the rules of the contract or whatever. It's called a terms of something, but in a big corporation you'll have a department that's in charge of that more serious